I finished reading my fifth horror book off of my 2026 anticipated horror reads, and that is Wretch by Eric LaRocca. So let's talk about it. So this book is weird. It's very Clive Barker-esque, and if you haven't read any Clive Barker books, I do suggest that you do, especially with The Hellbound Heart. This book is about a man named Simeon who loses his husband. He dies, and he's grieving, and he's dealing with grief in a really bad way. He loses his job, he has no money, all this stuff. So he ends up going to a grief group. They take pictures and they try to find their deceased loved ones' faces in these pictures. And then he also starts like going into these weird chat rooms, have these email conversations, and then he finds out about the porcelain claw. The man who runs the grief group is like, "Hey, I'll put you in touch with this guy. He has some weird things." And the porcelain claw can basically let you have a moment with your deceased one once. So it's about Simeon's, like, I guess, grief journey and getting to that point in the book. This book was full of dread and it was depressing and it was like nightmare fuel. Like I said, similar to Clive Barker. It was weird, but I liked it. The only thing I didn't really enjoy about this book was the pacing. I felt like it was a very slow paced book in the beginning and then it picks up and then all shit breaks loose and it turned out to be really good. I gave this a 3.5, which is not bad rating for a horror book in my opinion. I think this was more like that sense of dread and like ugh like kind of thing. Would I recommend this for someone getting into the horror genre? No. No, I wouldn't. But I do recommend it if you do like dread-filled, slow-paced horror books, if that makes sense. So thank you so much to Saga Press for sending me a finished copy of Wretch. This book actually releases today. So if you are interested, I would suggest picking it up. Okay, thanks. Bye.